Well, well, well. Where have you been? That's a question I've been getting lately. I'm just busy. Man, work, projects at home. Kids have like a million birthday parties to go to. Just is what it is, man. Gotta fish when you can fish. But today, man, we're post-spawn. Water temps are up over 70, so that pretty much means summertime here in the inland Northwest, and we're gonna be fishing deep, deeper than 15 feet, trying to get some largemouth to go. And you know, this time of year it can be pretty slow, you know, but fishing out deep can really pay off too. So we're gonna spend some time looking at some drop-offs, some channels, and we're just gonna kind of spend a lot of time on this lake just looking out deep, seeing if we can catch anything. And you know, basically I'm gonna start off with a jig. I kind of get these little fixes and kind of addicted to one particular jig, and right now what I'm doing is I'm actually dragging the Hack Attack Fluoro flipping jig. It's a flipping jig, but you know, it works just as well to drag around out deep as, you know, just like a football jig would. I'll drag around the Bullworm, we'll do some drop shotting, maybe some Ned rig, and we'll just see what we can get. There we go. That's a good one. It's a nice 3.5. Healthy fish, post spawn. Dragging on the Bullworm. Go ahead and put this guy in the box. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good fish. Yeah. There we go, baby. Nice fish. So the great thing about the Bullworm from Strike King is that, one, it's a big worm. Two, it's straight. There's not a whole, you know, there's not a lot of appendages on it. It's basically meant for dragging, for offshore structure, that sort of thing. Three is that you can Texas rig it with a, you know, with a tungsten weight pegged, and you can pretty much drag this thing through anything. It comes through really clean. The tungsten weight obviously stays fairly clean, unless you're, you know, fishing in really thick vegetation. But you can put this Bullworm anywhere that you put a standard Texas rig plastic, okay? Whether it's a creature bait or, you know, some sort of like rodent or game hog or whatever brands you use, you know, you can put this Bullworm in the same places and it gives it a completely different presentation. good one right there. It's pretty interesting just to show you guys kind of what I'm seeing on my graph. I'll just take a photo real quick and show it to you. But this is how I'm catching the fish right now and seeing them on my graph. And you know, this is a ton of bluegill, and essentially it's not like I'm seeing bass or anything, but there's enough bait fish here to slow down and spend some time and try to catch a few more fish. Alright guys, so let's go through a couple of the baits I used today. First and foremost, certainly with the bigger fish, was the 8-inch Strike King Bullworm. And I've been fishing it for a couple years. I absolutely love this bait. As I said before in the video, it's really great because you can fish it around vegetation if you rig it up like I have it rigged up. You can fish it around docks, you can drag it out on the ledges, and you can pretty much fish it anywhere. It doesn't get hung up. And you know, with this setup, I'm using my flipping and pitching stick, which is the Alpha Angler Hitter. It's 7.6 heavy fast and 20-pound Invisex fluorocarbon, half-ounce weight pegged, and a 5/0 EWG. And you know, with this setup, I can be pretty abusive to not only the bait, but I can also get those fish up and away from, you know, things that they might be hanging around, whether it be an old tree or, you know, piece of concrete or something like that. You know, this setup's meant to do one thing, and that's to horse some fish up and away from cover. You know, the really cool thing about the Bullworm too, it doesn't necessarily have to be the Bullworm. Most of your Strike King dealers are going to have these in stock right now, so I certainly suggest you guys go pick up a pack or two. But you can also fish, you know, like a 3/4 ounce football jig with a big trailer. Anything that's just a little bit bigger than maybe the next guy is throwing, because those bigger fish are going to key in on some of those bigger baits. Obviously, as the day went on, I struggled for about an hour and a half, couldn't get any bites. Finally came across a school of bluegill that I saw you know, all over my screen, and then I switched over to my my Dreamshot. So you know, green pumpkin color bait, you know, 20-pound braided mainline with 8-pound Invisex leader, and still using the new Tatula 2500. This thing is dynamite. I cannot wait to get more. You know, and that's, like I said, you know, being able to adapt and post spawn is pretty important. You can obviously add in top water in the morning or in night, and another great bait would be a jerk bait. So those would be my top, you know, few choices for you guys. If I can help you at all, you know, catch some more bass, be sure to leave a comment down below. And if not, you know, I just appreciate you guys watching. Check me out on Instagram. I'll give you a follow back. And I sincerely hope you guys have an awesome summer, and be safe on the water, and we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.